Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and a warm welcome. Welcome to all of you to the Venerable Ma Thomas Greycells All India Quiz Contest brought to you by Nirmala Matha Convent Schools, ICSC, ISC, Coimbatore. Ladies and gentlemen, this national level quiz contest has been a phenomenal success this year. We have quizzed hundreds of students in the past few days. We started with an online preliminary round. From there onwards, we went on to the quarter finale, then the semi-finals. And the 4 students that you see today joining us to play the national finals are the best of the lots. I am very excited to quiz these 4 bright students. Ladies and gentlemen, I will first start by a quick round of introduction, starting with participant number 1, Arushi. Arushi, hello and a warm welcome to the national finals of this prestigious quiz. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Arushi Dubey, studying in class 11 at South Indian International School in Kolkata.
All right, from the city of joy in Kolkata, Arushi, a warm welcome to you. You have done fairly well for yourself, hence you are in the national finals. My best regards and best wishes. Do well in this quiz. As we now move across to participant number 2, Prashant, a warm welcome to you. Please introduce yourselves to the audience.
Hello everyone, I am Prashant Reddy of class 10 of Teja Vidyalaya, Kodad.
Teja Vidyalaya, Kodad. This school has been traditionally very strong in quizzing. Let's see what Prashant does today, whether he continues to keep the quizzing flag of Teja Vidyalaya flying high. We'll find out in a while. A warm welcome, nevertheless, Prashant. As we now trudge along to participant number 3, let's meet Joyous 2. Hello and a warm welcome. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Joyous Chanda from class 10, again in South City International School.
All right, we have 2 participants who have qualified via those rigorous rounds from the same school. Just to, presumably Arushi is your senior, but in this quiz you are co-contestants and have no mercy. Play fair, play well, and all the best. Ladies and gentlemen, the seating positions have been randomly chosen, which means that contestant number 4 necessarily is not the 4th ranked participant. So ladies and gentlemen, last but not the least, let's meet participant number 4, Srinath. Warm welcome to you. Please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Srinath Sudesh P. I am studying in 10th standard in Government Model Higher Secondary School, Calicut University Campus, Kerala.
All right, warm welcome Srinath. So we have 2 participants from the city of joy, Kolkata, 1 participant from Kodad, which is a small town close to Hyderabad, and we have a participant from Calicut. So when we started this journey of the Venerable Ma Thomas Greycells quiz contest, we thought of reaching out at a pan-India level, and I guess we have achieved that. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, first of all, very deservingly, the loudest round of applause should go to the organizers of this quiz. Let's hear it for Nirmala Matha Convent Schools. Well done to all of you for doing a splendid job and making this quiz a grand success. All right, now on to some important announcements. Since I've given you the preface of this quiz, the prestige of this quiz, now on to the prizes. What you are playing for? Well, you are playing for lots and lots of prizes. The winner is going to go home richer by the prizes, which is worth 25,000 rupees. Prizes worth 25,000 rupees. The first runners-up will go home richer with prizes worth 15,000 rupees. And the second runners-up gets 10,000 rupees worth of prizes. So those, besides these prizes, of course, there are individual trophies for the podium finishers. Ladies and gentlemen, huge moment. All that I can say is play well, play fair, and this is going to be a cracker of a contest. Before we actually go to the rounds and I tell you about each one of them, I'm exceptionally happy and privileged to have the presence of a very important person, a person who is behind this quiz in a way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand the stage to Mr. Arul, who has been coordinating with me and has been exceptional in the background, doing all the necessary things to make the quiz a success. Arul sir, a warm good evening to you, and how are you doing today?
Thanks a lot, sir. We're doing good here. We feel great, sir. And in fact, the campus is still live here. It's although it's 5 o'clock, so many of us are sitting around different systems, and we're watching the whole thing. Almost all the teachers are here. We are excited, sir. Thanks a lot for this. Really, this is an experience that we will always cherish. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. It means a lot to me also as a quiz master. It's over to Principal Ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Happy to meet you all. From today's quiz, I liked framed questions round. Adushi, what about you?
It's been a great experience.
Everyone learned some lessons from this pandemic. Srinath, what you learned from this pandemic?
Yeah, the most important thing I learned is that the important thing that we are missing now is the togetherness or the harmony between a social community. And I am really missing those school days. And I am glad that at November 1st onwards, our school has started, but it is only like batch wise. And I am not able to meet my whole friends again. But I really hope I can meet my friends and the pandemic will be over by 2022.
Fine. Jayestu, what is your ambition in your life?
I have always wanted to become an automotive engineer.
My best wishes to achieve your goal.
Thank you.
God bless you. Prashant, share your experience about our Venerable Mark Thomas Kudialasheri Memorial All India Quiz.
They are calling and informing each and single thing clearly and friendly manner, and most of the questions are actually deeper than the previous quizzes.
Okay, good. Thank you, Greycells teams, especially for Quizmaster, for your support. Dear participants, enjoy and relax. Already, you are the winners. My best wishes to you all. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's hear it for Principal Ma'am. Thank you very much for those encouraging words. I'm sure all the young students here who have a huge road ahead of them will take the learning shared by you. So thank you very much indeed. Without wasting any more time, let's dive straight into the various rounds that we have in store for all the lovely, lovely participants. The first round, I call it the launch pad. The rules of this particular round are the following. We'll have 8 questions in this round, 10 points of flat scoring. Questions will be in a clockwise direction, meaning we'll start with Arushi as participant number 1, and in a clockwise direction, we'll move towards team 2, 3, and 4. 10 points, as I have said, flat scoring, and there are no negatives at all. All quizzing rules and protocols will follow. Arushi, if you are ready, please unmute. Here comes the opening question of the first round at the national finals of this quiz. This is your question, Arushi. The indigenous people of which country have launched a petition to officially change the name of the country to Eotrio, the indigenous language spoken by the people of that country? So question is, you'll have to give us the name of the country in question. You roughly have 5 seconds to ponder
New Zealand.
upon. Arushi did not wait too long. She says New Zealand, and ladies and gentlemen, that's the opening 10 points. Please don't forget to give a round of applause to all the right answers. Well done, Arushi. Here comes the right answer on your screen. This is indeed New Zealand. All right, opening 10 points picked up there by Arushi from SCIS Kolkata. As we now trudge along to participant number 2, Prashant from Teja Vidyalaya Kodad. Please unmute. Here comes your direct question. This is your question. Which famous politician was defeated in the first general elections of India in 1951-52 from Bombay, the North Central constituency, as a SCF party candidate by his little-known former assistant and Congress candidate, Narayan Sadoba Kajrolkar, who polled 1.38 lakh votes compared to 1.23 lakh votes secured by him. He then entered the parliament as a Rajya Sabha member and contested a by-poll from Bhandara in 1954 in another attempt to enter the Lok Sabha, but somehow again lost to Borkar of Congress. Question is, who is this stalwart person? Well, calling him just a politician would be underplaying it, but that's how the quiz question stands. Who is this famous person? It's a direct to Prashant from Teja Vidyalaya.
Sir, it's Bhimrao Ambedkar.
Absolutely. Who else other than Bhimrao Ambedkar, Babaji Ambedkar? Here comes the answer on the screen. Well, of course, as I did mention that calling him a politician probably is disservice, because he was much more than a politician, a stalwart, the framer of our constitution, and he has done so many wonderful things. All right, with that lovely answer, the first two are getting answered on the direct, which is always a good sign. Let's see whether the momentum continues. The next direct question would be for Joyce Tu, who's also from SCIS Kolkata. Please unmute. Here comes your question on the screen. All right, Joyce Tu, from space science. It is a circumstellar disk in the outer solar system extending from the orbit of Neptune at 30 to 50 AU from the sun. It is similar to the asteroid belt, but is a far larger, almost 20 times as wide and 20 to 200 times as massive. What is it called? 5 seconds, Joyce Tu.
Kuiper belt.
Kuiper belt.
Yeah.
I've heard Kuiper belt, so I'm not going to say if you are on the right track or not. I'm going to pass it on to contestant number 4.
Sir, it is Kuiper belt. Kuiper belt.
Kuiper belt is the answer. Joyce Tu messed it up, and it has been picked up by Srinath. The wonderful answer. Do not forget to clap for Srinath. What a wonderful answer that is. It is indeed the Kuiper belt, or as some would pronounce it as the Kuiper belt also. So wonderful 10 points picked up there by Srinath. Please keep yourself unmuted, because the next question is your direct. Here comes the next question. All right, talk about Richard Altman in 1890 called these tiny cell organelles as bioblasts. These are involved in releasing energy from food, which is known as cellular respiration. The energy is released in the form of ATPs, the energy currency of the cell. What are these organelles called? Should be absolutely simple for those who are preparing for their entrance exams. What is this, Srinath? 3 more seconds.
Sir, ribosome.
Ribosomes is incorrect, I'm afraid. Passing it across to Arushi, who will be happy to lap it up. And as I expected, she has indeed lapped it up. This is mitochondria. This might be a costly mister from Srinath, the mitochondria, of course. Well answered. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, those who are watching us on YouTube and elsewhere, please do not forget to clap wherever you are for all these lovely, lovely answers. I'll do so myself. Arushi, wonderful, wonderful 10 points. This is indeed mitochondria. All right, Arushi, you have got already 20 points. Next up is your direct question. Here it comes on your screen. During the reign of Jahangir, a biographer by the name of Abdul Rahman Chishti penned something called Mirati Masudi, a Persian book in praise of Ghazi Mia, who was a Turkic commander. So Ghazi Mia was essentially a Turkic commander. In the same chronicles, a legendary king is mentioned as the eldest son of King Mordhwaj and Mia's chief antagonist in the Bharech region. They fought a lot in the Bharech region. His army defeated Mia's forces, and a 19-year-old Mia was killed in action on 15th of June, 1033 CE. Simple question is, who is this legendary king?
You need the full name?
I'll use my discretion. Go ahead with whatever you know.
I only remember the last name,
Go ahead.
which I believe is Masood.
Masood. Well, that name in the times that we live in might be a little dangerous because there are
Okay,
lot
can I
of
give you the
Masood
first name as well? It's Ghazi something something or Ghazi something Masood. I could not tell you the middle
Ghazi
name.
something Masood. All right. Arushi, to break the news to you, that's incorrect. It's not Ghazi
Alright.
something. All right. So we'll pass it across to Prashant from Teja Vidyalaya.
Sir, is it Sukuldev, the eldest son of King Modhiraj?
Say the name once again.
Sukuldev.
Sukuldev. No, the answer in Sukuldev. Passing it across to George Stu. Passing it across to contestant number 4, Srinath.
Sir, as he said, Sukhildev, I am saying Raja Suhaldev.
This is Suhal Dev. This is Suhal Dev. I don't know of any Raja by that name, Prashant. Suhal Dev. Well, the thing about Suhal Dev is, as per various chronicles of various historians, there is a school of thought which says that Raja Suhal Dev was a legendary king and he really existed. Whilst there is another school of thought which says this is a figment of somebody's imagination, it's popular imagination, and in reality there was no king by that name. But this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is Suhal Dev. Well answered, Srinath. 10 full points to you. Well then, let's pass on to the next question, which is going to be a direct for Prashant from Teja Vidyalaya. Please unmute. This is your question. Okay. Chempa Karman Pillai was an Indian-born political activist and revolutionary. Born in Trivandrum, he left for Europe as a youth, where he spent the rest of his active life as an Indian nationalist and a revolutionary. My question is not about him per se, though. The question is about a popular slogan that he coined. What is the popular slogan? This is for Prashant. What's your answer?
It's Jai Hind.
Prashant says Jai Hind and says that pretty confidently as well. For a reason, because he's absolutely right. Here comes the answer on screen. Jai Hind, which is very, very popular, an important slogan, and it was coined by him. Do I have to remind you every time to clap? Please do not just nod. Please do clap for all the right answers. Well done. All right, let's move on to the next question. It's going to be a direct for Joyce too. This is your question. Which dictator forced to flee and exiled in January 1979 due to the military action of Tanzanian President Julius Nyerere, who mobilized the Tanzanian People's Defense Force? He first fled to Libya with the help of Muammar Gaddafi and then eventually settled in Saudi Arabia. He lived for a number of years on the top 2 floors of the Novotel Hotel on Palestine Road in Jeddah. Who is this, fearsome dictator? It's a direct for Joyce.
Pass.
You want to pass. All right. And you pass that very quickly without giving it a thought. Passing it across to Srinath. You don't have any extra time or any more.
Sir, Ayatollah Khomeini.
No. Passing it across to Arushi. Arushi, you are muted.
Pass.
Passing it to Prashant.
Pass.
All right. All the 4 teams, 4 participants wish to pass. One of them did give a wrong answer. The correct answer to this is, it was rather simple. This is Idi Amin, the butcher of Uganda. Idi Amin, the well, nefarious, so to speak, dictator. Well, most dictators are that, but he was from a special category of nefariousness. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the first 7 questions of the opening round. The last question is going to be a direct for Srinath. Please unmute. This is your question. The wheels for a new research institute, so the answer is going to be the name of the institute, was set in motion when the two happened to meet. During their conversation, the researcher lamented about the lack of research facilities in India, adding that he could not go abroad because of the Second World War. The other person suggested that he should write to the chairman of SDTT for sponsorship, adding he would support his proposal for a research institute. So there's this essentially is a 2-part question. Srinath, listen to this carefully. You have to first identify the 2 people in question who are also in the picture and give us the name of the institute that was born as part of the meeting. Hold on, Srinath, listen to the scoring pattern carefully. If you give me all the 3 parts, then only you will get the full points. To get half points, you'll have to give me at least 2 parts. No points for giving me 1 part. So the first part will be the name of the 2 people, and the second part will be the name of the research institute. Yes, go ahead, Srinath.
Sir, one is J.R.D. Tata and other I think is Swami Vivekananda and Indian Institute of Science.
All right, Indian Institute of Science. In the picture, you found Swami Vivekananda in there.
I don't know that.
All right, it's a guess nevertheless. I'm going to reserve my judgment at this point in time. I'm not going to tell you whether you are on the right track, whether you are close enough or not. I'm going to pass it along to Arushi. Arushi, no extra time on a rebound. Quick answer.
Yeah, I'll pass it.
You'll pass, passing it across to Prashant.
Sir, it is TIFR and it is H.J. Baba and J.R.D. Tata. The both 2 people are.
All right, one is first give us the names of the 2 gentlemen in question.
First person is H.J. Baba, Homi Jahangir Baba.
All right.
And second one is Tata, J.R.D. Tata. They both from TIFR, Tata.
TIFR, Homi Bhabha, and of course, J.R.D. Tata. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to Prashant for that wonderful answer. He has given all the 3 parts correctly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as they say, morning shows the day. Well, today now it's evening, but any which ways, this was the first round of the quiz, and we have got some phenomenal answers from the 4 participants. It's a good time to have a first check at the scorecard, which is going to come on your screen shortly. All right, at the end of the first round, put your hands for Arushi, who's on 20 points. Prashant is leading the quiz at this point in time with 30 points. Joyastu is yet to open his account, and Srinath is also on 20 points. Good 20 points, I must say. But after the end of the first round, Prashant is leading, has a slender margin, and is on 30 points. All right, then let's go on to the next round of this quiz, which I call Make Your Choice. 4 questions in this round. Questions do not pass. It's a multiple choice question-based round. 15 seconds is what you will get to answer the question. Scoring pattern is pretty simple. 10 points if you get it right. But if you do not get it right, it's a -10. It's a +10 or a -10. And you have only 15 seconds to answer. And if you do not put in an answer within the 15 seconds, a passed answer, though technically question do not pass, but if you do not answer, we'll take it as a pass and give you a -10 any which ways. All right, so you have to answer.
So just to be clear, we can't refrain from answering. We have to.
No, you cannot. You can refrain, but you'll pick up a -10.
All right.
All right, Arushi, you can unmute because the first question is going to be for you. By the way, to all the 4 participants and first to Arushi, your 15 seconds will start after I finish reading the question. So 15 seconds is a fair enough time. All the best to you, Arushi, if you're ready. Here comes your question on the screen now. Which African ethnic group is called the blue people for the indigo colored clothes they traditionally wear, hence also called people of the wheel, the Maasai, the Dogon, the Lozi, the Tuareg. And your 15 seconds have started.
C. Tuareg.
C. Tuareg. This is a high pressure round. Why? Because there is a negative element. It's a plus 10 or a minus 10. Well, critical. Arushi, I am afraid I did say there is a minus 10. But minus 10 is something that you will not get. It's a plus 10 to Arushi. Well done. The answer is indeed the Tuareg. Let's clap for Arushi. Well done. I almost gave her a minor heart attack on that, but that's okay. You picked up 10 wonderful points because this was not easy to answer. Well done to you. Now let's move across to Prashant. Prashant, you need to unmute. All right. Prashant, if you are ready, here comes your question on the screen. Now, this is your question. The verse Vasudeva Kutumbakam that is engraved in the entrance hall of the Parliament of India is taken from which book? The Chandogya Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, Katha Upanishad, or Maha Upanishad? And your time has started. Nine more seconds to ponder about this one.
I go with option D, Maha Upanishad.
You'll go with option D, Maha Upanishad. Prashant, I'm just interested to know, is that a shot in the dark, or you took a route of negation, or you knew something about it?
No, sir, I guess it. No, I don't know anything about this. Upanishad, sir.
At least you are forthright about it. Let's pick Maha Upanishad. He is absolutely correct. He gets 10 points. Well done to Prashant from Teja Vidyalaya. He was forthright in saying that he did not know much about this one, and he took a guess. Ladies and gentlemen, as all of you would know, in quizzing, guesswork and educated guesswork is as important as knowing the answer itself. Well done to you. All right, then let's now move across to Judge 2 from SCIS Kolkata, who's going to unmute and be ready to answer his question. Hopefully, he'll get the right answer though. Here comes the question on your screen. Now, all right, this is your question. Which explorer traveled around 170,000 kilometers, which is more than any other explorer in pre-modern history? Columbus, Marco Polo, Ibn Battuta, or Yun Xiang? And your time has started.
Marco Polo.
Plus 10, minus 10. Marco Polo, have already heard that. You should also keep a tab on the timer. You still had at least 8 seconds to go before you gave that answer. You should have thought about it for a little longer, I would presume, just to. But Marco Polo is what you have said. We are going to key in your answer. Unfortunately, it is going to turn to red, which means you are incorrect, and it's a minus 10 to Joyce 2. But it's not all lost, Joyce 2, because this is just the second round of the quiz and we have lots and lots of questions remaining. All right, let's now move on to Srinath. Both hands should be visible to me. Unmute. And Srinath, if you are ready, here comes your question on the screen. Now, all right, this is your question. He was the first Indian ambassador to the United States and also served as the governor of Odisha. He defended Shahid Bhagat Singh as a lawyer after he threw a bomb in the Central Legislative Assembly. Is it C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, Asaf Ali, or C. Rajagopalachari? Your timer has started. Both hands visible to me at all times.
Sir, I will go with C. Asaf Ali.
You will go with C. Asaf Ali. All right. Do you know the name of his better half? I mean, I'm just interested to.
Yeah, Aruna Asaf Ali's husband.
Absolutely. He is Aruna Asaf Ali's husband. Absolutely wonderful answer. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to clap for all right answers. 10 points for contestant number 4, Srinath. This was a high pressure round because there was an element, a Damocles sword of a negative mark hanging over the heads of all the 4 participants. Only one, Joyce 2, unfortunately, picked up a negative. The other 3, they have all got into positive territory. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, that about does it for the second round of the quiz. And it's a good time to have a look at the scorecard, which is going to come up on your screens shortly. All right, at the end of the second round, Arushi from Kolkata is on 30 points. Give her a round of applause. Prashant is still leading. Prashant from Teja Vidyalaya is still leading on 40 points. Joyous too has gone to negative territory, but I'm sure he's going to make amends. He is right now on -10, and Srinath is on 30 points. So not too much to choose between the teams at this point in time. But Joyous too, my best wishes to you. I hope you make that up, and I mean it's very much doable. All the best to you. Well then, let's go into the third round of the quiz, which I call the grid. Very interesting round, but before we go to the round, I have another important video to show you. This video has been made by the management of the institute, so please take a careful watch, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy.
Mother Mary is the brightest morning star that lights up the dark corners of our world with hope. We NMCS schools follow the motto, darkness to light, a light of hope. As the name our school tells, the entire school with its working, ideology, thoughts, actions, students, teachers, and management is dedicated to Saint Mary, the Mother of God, Jesus Christ. Mary is the patron saint of our school. Nirmala Matha Convent School. It is diverse. The school which fascinates you, motivates you, challenges you, and learn new skills that you will use forever in a career you love. Find the right place for you today. Help your child for the incredible journey to become an all-rounder. You will have the opportunity to experience things you never experienced before. We have highly qualified teachers, friendly atmosphere, well-equipped labs, school mobile app for day-to-day updates, language lab, endless opportunities for co-curricular activities. Students have access to a host of service monitored by professional, fully qualified teachers to support their learning and emotional needs. We offer a wide variety of platforms to students to develop personal and professional leadership skills for the future. Our students have consistently done well and achieved excellent results over the past many years. NMCS leads the way in excellence in education, technological innovation, student well-being, and health and safety practice. A fearless environment to flourish. At NMCS, academic subjects and extracurricular activities complement each other to develop socially skilled and healthier students. Nirmala Matha Convent School, a place to learn, play, and grow.
That was a wonderful video. Thank you to all at Nirmala Matha Convent Schools who have been behind this quiz. I repeat this again and again because all of you would know that as a quiz master, my job is rather easy to come in front of you and ask some random questions. But the effort and the kind of work that goes in the background, it's all thanks to the entire team at Nirmala Matha Convent Schools. Can we hear it for them once again, all of you, please? Thank you very, very much indeed. All right, then to the round itself. The round is called the grid, and listen to the rules of this round carefully. We have 9 topics in front of you. Each of the 4 participants will be given an opportunity, only one opportunity, to choose their favorite subject as per their liking. We'll go in a reverse order of the scores achieved by the individuals at this point in time, meaning the participant who is at the 4th spot right now will have the first chance to choose a subject of his or her liking. Once the subject is chosen and the question appears on the direct, you have an option of taking the power play. What does a power play mean? If you take a power play, instead of a +10, if you're correct, that is, instead of a plus 10, your scores will get doubled to plus 20. But if you are incorrect, you lose 10 points. So the negative is only and only if you take the power play and it's on your direct. But when the question passes to the other team, it's on a normal 10 points and no negatives. So power plays can only be taken on your direct question. All right. Those are the rules. And as the scorecard would suggest at this point in time, Joyestu is at the 4th spot. So he will pick up the first subject.
I choose mythology.
The Janusari and Bawali tribes of Uttarakhand are a unique community because they have remained cut off from the external world for centuries, leading to the retention of the unique culture and traditions, which have attracted historians. They never mix with each other and refuse to mingle on common occasions or gatherings either. Who do they claim to be the descendants of? You have 5 seconds to decide whether you want to take the power play or not.
No, I won't be taking the power play.
All right, your answer, please.
Aryans.
Aryans. No, Aryans is incorrect. So in a clockwise direction, we'll now move on to participant 4, Srinath.
Yeah, they are the descendants of Kauravas and Pandavas.
Pandavas and Kauravas is what Srinath says. He seems to be on a roll today. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the answer on your screens. Ladies and gentlemen, you have once again forgotten to clap for that wonderful answer coming from Srinath. 10 full points is what he will get. All right, so this subject is taken. And which means the remaining 3 participants, they cannot take mythology anymore. Who is next in line? Next in line is a tie between Arushi and Srinath. So I'm going to, take the liberty of choosing myself. Let's go to Srinath. Srinath, what's your chosen subject going to be? First of all, please unmute, Srinath. Both your hands should be on your chin.
Sir,
Sports,
I will go with sports.
Sports, thought so. That would have been an obvious choice. All the best, Srinath. Again, your hands are not visible to me. Both your hands on your chin, please. Your question on sports, you have only 5 seconds to answer. But before you answer, do not forget the element of power play. Here comes your question. All right, this is your question. Kimia Alize won her first 3 taekwondo matches in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, but lost the next 2 to finish 4th, thereby missing on a first ever medal that she would have won for her team. She lost her bronze medal bout to Turkey's Hatis Kubra Ilgin. This would have been the first ever Olympic medal for which country? First, you have to suggest whether you are taking a double or not. Both your hands visible to me. Are you taking a double, yes or no?
No.
You're not taking a power play. All right. What's your answer, Srinath?
Sir, I will go with Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan. No, it's not Azerbaijan. Passing it across to Arushi.
Iran.
Who is gleefully watching what Srinath does. No, Iran is also incorrect. It's not Iran. Prashant? From Kodad, from Teja Vidyalaya Kodad.
Is it South Korea?
Is it South Korea? No, it ain't South Korea. Joyestu? Passing. All right, I haven't got the right answer to this question from any of the 4 participants. If you looked carefully at the question, and if you look at the last word of the question, which says country, you would see the word country is within inverted commas, right?
Is Taiwan?
No, it's not a country in that sense, though you've got the idea. I mean, the reason why I put those inverted comma is for a reason. Ladies and gentlemen, and what did I say? I said this would have been the first ever medal. This is the refugee Olympic team. The refugee Olympic team has never won a medal till now in any of the sport, and she came the closest in Tokyo Olympics this year. All right, so no points on this question to Srinath. Next up is Arushi, who's going to choose her favorite topic from wherever, from whatever remains in the list.
I'm going to go with biology.
Biology, all right. Both hands visible to me, Arushi. And do not forget to go for the double or the power play if you are sure about your answer. Here comes your question on biology. Should be easier. The thin C-shaped muscular sheet separating the thoracic cavity from the abdominal cavity in the human body comes from a Greek word which means across fence. What is this thin muscle called? First of all, do not forget to go for the power play if you're sure about your answer. Arushi,
I'll go for the power play.
All right, Arushi, let's hear what you have to say.
I'm going to go with diaphragm.
Diaphragm. Arushi, I did tell you on the power play, there is a negative element. There is a negative element. Well, for the rest of the three participants, hear this. Arushi minus 10. Something that she's not going to get. Ladies and gentlemen, plus 20 points. Let's hear it for Arushi. Well done. Well done to her. This is indeed the diaphragm. Well, she is possibly studying for her medical entrance exam. So this should have been easy for her. Diaphragm is absolutely right. And she picks up 20 good points, which leaves us with the last participant. Prashant is going to now choose his favorite topic from the list.
Fauna.
Fauna, all right. Stay unmuted and do not forget about the concept of doubling your score if you're sure about your answer. So indicate to me if you want to go for the power play. Here comes your question on fauna on the screens now. All right. What is the name of this breed of cat, which is one of the very few breeds that doesn't have fur? I'm looking for the specific name of the species of cat.
Double.
You are taking a double. All right. Power play to Prashant. What's your answer?
Sphinx cat.
Prashant takes a double or a power play and confidently says, this is the Sphinx cat. Prashant was leading before this round, and he's now going to extend his lead. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 20 points for Prashant. Huge round of applause. Well done to you. This is indeed the Sphinx cat, which is one of the very few species which is a hairless cat. Well, that about concludes this exciting round of the quiz. I presume the standings, the leaderboard would have changed significantly after this round. Some very, very good answers, some costly misses. And here comes the scorecard on your screens now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this round, Arushi is on 50 points. Prashant is on 60 points and leading. Joyostu, he remains on a negative 10. And Srinath has moved up to 40 points. A round of applause to all the four contestants. Well played. Not too many rounds remaining. Let me at this point in time once again remind all the four contestants 25K, 15K and 10K worth of prizes along with individual trophies. Well, when I say those prizes, there is a certain part of the prize which will go to the library fund of the school. Rest of it will come to you. But as I said, I mean, prizes is one part of it, but the prestige of winning the inaugural edition of this quiz is going to be something that you are going to cherish for the longest time. Ladies and gentlemen, next up is a round which I call Frame. Rules of this round are the following. The round is called Frame because it is self-explanatory. Evidently, all questions are on visuals. Scoring pattern remains the same. 10 points for each correct answer. There are no negatives. Question will pass, but we'll reverse the direction of the round. We'll start with contestant number 4, Srinath, and in a counterclockwise direction, we'll then go on to Joyostu, Prashant, and complete with Arushi. All right. This odd-looking animal is from the lemur family, native to Madagascar. What is the name of the animal? Last 5 seconds. Srinath,
Sir, Kola.
I'm going to pass it across to Jastu. Unmute. Jastu, your turn.
I.
Aye, Captain. You are saying aye to me, or that's your answer?
AYE.
Or you are not
That's
saying
the answer.
aye to me?
AYE, that's AYE.
Just pulling your
No.
leg. Jastu, that's
Okay.
okay. Absolutely correct. This is the aye. Here comes the answer on your screens. This is from the Lemure family. Aye is a perfect answer. Just to remain unmuted, the next up is your direct question coming up on your screens now. He is a former racing driver and along with his brother are the only sibling pair to win Formula One races. Who's he?
That's Schumacher.
That was pretty fast, Jastu. You say Ralf Schumacher. Are you a Formula One fan by any chance, Jastu?
Yes, a hardcore.
Hardcore. All right, then it would have been easy for you. Ralph and Michael Schumacher are the only sibling pairs to have won the Formula One. So wonderful answer. I'll clap for Jastu. Well done to you. 10 full points. You can now mute your microphone. All right, Prashant, unmute. Here comes your question on the screen. Martyrs Memorial is a concrete monument commemorating the Dash War. The monument was opened in 1982 on the 20th anniversary of Dash's independence. In which African country is the monument located? So the name of the monument, Dash War, is essentially the name of the country. So which country is my question?
It is Algeria and it is Algerian War.
You say
Algeria.
this is, I've heard that, Prashant, you say Algeria, and the Martyrs Memorial, according to you, is in Algeria. Here comes the answer on the screen.
Its flag is
10 points. Well done, Prashant. 10 points is what you will get. All right, the last question then of this round is for Arushi. Here it comes. Another question from Monuments and Buildings. This is an 87-story skyscraper in St. Petersburg. It is the tallest building in entire continent Europe. What is its name?
Al-Noor.
Al-Noor. The name does not sound like St. Petersburg, isn't it? I have to pass it along to Srinath. Srinath, your answer?
No.
I'll have to pass you, Joyce to unmute.
Spike.
Say that once again.
The spike.
The Spike. All right. Congratulations for inventing the name of a new building. Moving it across to Prashant.
Is it Petersburg Tower?
Since it is in St. Petersburg, let's call it the Petersburg Tower. Well, that would have been an easy name, but unfortunately, it has a more specific name. This is, and you should know about this because whenever we talk about skyscrapers and tall buildings, possibly we only think about Dubai, UAE, and the Asian region. But this is it. Continental Europe is not known for having tall buildings. This is the tallest building in entire Europe. It's in St. Petersburg and it's called the Lata Center. All right. So that about does it for the penultimate round of the quiz. This was the penultimate round. Let's quickly have a look at the scorecard coming up on your screens shortly. All right. At the end of this round, Arushi, she stays on 50 points. Prashant from Teja Vidyalaya has moved up to 70 points. Jayastu now is on 10 points because earlier he got a negative 10, then 2 positives, so now is on net 10 points. And Srinath is on 40 points. All right, those are the scores. Let's switch back to the quiz. And the last round remains. I call it the closing bell. Last 4 questions in this quiz to decide the top 3 positions, the podium finishers. Rules of this round are the following. Simple rules, same rules in fact apply. Questions will pass 10 points for direct, and on the On the rebound, it's also on 10 points. So flat scoring, there are no negatives. All the best to the 4 participants. This time we are once again going to reverse the direction of the round. We are going to start with Arushi and then we'll go in a clockwise direction. Arushi, please unmute. All right, Arushi, this is your question. Vinson Massif is a large mountain massif in Antarctica that is 21 kilometers long and 13 kilometers wide. Named after Carl G. Vinson, the United States congressman from the state of Georgia, for his support for Antarctic exploration. Under the Antarctic Treaty System, which country claims the Vinson Massif to be its own territory? So you have to give us the name of the country which claims it to be its own. 5 seconds, Arushi.
No idea.
Take a guess, no negatives at all, because this is critical moment.
I'm going to pass.
Pass, all right. Prashant?
I guess it is child.
China?
Child. Chile. Child. Chile.
Chile is what you mean. Well, Prashant is on fire today. He is absolutely right. The answer, Vinson Massif, is indeed claimed by Chile, but he pronounced it a little differently for some strange reason. Well, then, this is the South American country of Chile, and they claim the Vinson Massif to be their own as per the treaty. Well done. Prashant, please stay unmuted. Next up is your direct question. Here it comes on your screen. All right, set near Akbar's tomb at Sikandra, this beautiful square monument showcases Mughal domestic architecture at its best. One can still see the remnants of the Char Bagh with its causeways, water channels, and tanks, where it was situated. Simple enough question. What is the name of this beautiful monument? 5 seconds, Prashant. Passing it across to Joyce 2. Joyce 2, quickly unmute.
Kanch Mahal.
All right. To Srinath.
Pass.
Arushi.
I think it's Kanch Mahal. Kanch
It is
meaning
Kanch.
glass.
Absolutely. Joyous too. How can you mess that up? The simple word Kanch or mirror or a glass. It's called that there's a lot of Kanches, as you can see in the picture itself. This is the Kanch Mahal, not Kancha or Kanch, which is marbles. Well, I don't know what to say to Joyce too, but Arushi, be honest, did you pick it up from what Joyce too said, or you knew this anyways?
No, I visited this last year itself. So
You have visited this, so good for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's clap for Arushi. Well done. This is the Kanch Mahal or the Mirror Mahal, not the Marble Palace. Marble Palace is there in Joyce too. You would know it's in Calcutta, not the place that we are talking about in Sikandra. All right, moving across now to Joyce too for his direct question, the last direct question to him. All the best, and please don't mess this up like the last time. The capital city received its contemporary name in 1919. Until then, it was mostly known in English by its German name called Pressburg. Since after 1526, it was dominated mostly by the Habsburg monarchy, and the city had a relevant ethnic German population. Name the city which is the only national capital that borders two sovereign countries. You have a smile on your face. Well, that could be interpreted anyways.
I know the answer, but I can't remember it.
You know the answer, but can't remember it. Last 3 seconds. I'll have to pass you just to passing it across to Srinath.
Sir, is it Bratislava of Slovakia?
Is it? Don't ask me a question, Srinath. You have to answer. I don't know whether is it. Your answer is it is Bratislava. All right, let's go on to the answer slide. And since I've already changed the slide, it means you are absolutely right. 10 points, 10 critical points. Only one question remains. The last question is going to be your direct, Srinath. And since this is the last question, of course, critical moment. All the best, Srinath, from GMHSS Calicut University campus. Here is your question, the last one of this quiz. The practice of celebrating something called the Jashn-e-Chirangan was common during Mughal times. It began during the reign of Akbar at the Agra Fort and Fatehpur Sikri, where the palaces of Jodhabai and Raja Birbal was situated. The Rang Mahal inside the Red Fort was the epicenter of the royal celebration. Question leads to, how do we better know this celebration today? Jashn Chirangan. By what name do we know this celebration now? 5 seconds only.
Sir, is it Holi? Holi?
Is it holy? You missed a critical part. The answer is somewhere in the question itself. It's called Jashn Chirangan. So try and you should have worked it out. All right. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. You can mute your microphone, Srinath. It's over to Arushi now. Srinath said Holi, which is incorrect.
Diwali.
Come on, Chirag. Chirag means deep. Hence it had to be Festival of Lights.
Yeah.
Hence it had to be Diwali. I feel really, really bad for Srinath. He tried his best. He went to Holi, but the answer was the Festival of Lights or Diwali. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a fascinating time conducting this quiz. First with the online preliminary round, wherein hundreds and hundreds of students literally from across the country participated. We then went on to the two wonderful quarterfinal rounds, then on to the semi-final rounds with 8 participants, and today was the national finals, and it was deserving of this title. The 4 students have been absolutely outstanding. It has been a pleasure and a privilege for me to be associated with the Nirmala Matha Convent Schools, Coimbatore, to present to you this quiz. But all the 4 students are not waiting to hear all that. All they are waiting for is to know the final scores. Well, I have already announced the prizes to you. There are prizes for the other semi-finalists also. It has been already told to them. Besides that, top 3 podium finishers today will be rewarded, both awarded and rewarded handsomely. 25K worth of prizes for the winner, 15K worth of prizes for the first runners-up, and 10K worth of prizes for the second runners-up or the third place. Besides that, of course, there are individual trophies to be given away to all the podium finishers. Ladies and gentlemen, seemingly we are ready with the final scorecard. It is going to come up on your screen. A lot of confetti celebrating this effort. Final score coming up on the screen now. All right, these are the scores, ladies and gentlemen. Winning the quiz with a slender margin. Let's hear it for Prashant from Teja Vidyalaya Kodad with 80 points. He wins the quiz. Let's give him a round of applause. Well done. Narrowly missing out on that winner spot is Arushi from SCIS Kolkata, who ends the quiz on 70 good points. Let's give her a huge round of applause. He's the first runners-up. And Srinath, who also played splendidly well, ends the quiz with a very credible 50 points. Warm round of congratulations to Srinath. And of course, to Joytsu, today was not his day at the national finale of this prestigious quiz, but he did wonderfully well to reach that far, because please do remember, these 4 are amongst the best quiz participants chosen from hundreds and hundreds of participants who took the initial preliminary round. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, all good things comes to an end. And now is the time when we depart only to look forward to the second edition of this quiz. As I have said, it has been a fascinating journey for me as a professional. And I'm not just saying this because I have to, because we do so many events with so many different organizations. But the entire management and the team of Nirmala Matha Convent Schools, Arun sir, Jawahira ma'am, principal ma'am, all of them have been very supportive from the word go. They have worked really hard to make this quiz happen, to get all the participation. So a huge round of applause. Before I part ways, may I request one final time from all the 4 participants to please clap for the entire management of Nirmala Matha Convent Schools. Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen, for inviting me to conduct this quiz. Until we meet again, the 2 things that I say in all my quizzes, I've been saying this for the last 20 years almost, 2 important things. First thing, always keep smiling. More importantly, never forget to remain inquisitive. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Until we meet again in some other program, happy quizzing, stay safe, and bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. It was absolutely wonderful, sir. A great experience. We will never forget. Thanks a lot for that. And to the 4 contestants, each of you, this is the message that comes across the miles to each of you from Coimbatore. It was a privilege being amidst the best of the best minds of our nation. Thanks a lot. From all of us here, we salute and we encourage you to go to greater heights. And all of you are welcome to Nirmala Matha Convent School. Anytime you travel to South India, Coimbatore, our doors are open. You're welcome. Thanks a lot. Now I invite our colleague or coordinator, Javigra Madam, to propose the vote of thanks. Thank you.
A very good evening to all. I'm glad for this opportunity to propose the vote of thanks as we conclude the Venerable Mar Thomas Kurialacheri Memorial All India Quiz Competition. What a journey it was. Amazing right from the beginning. The very idea of an All India quiz created an excitement inside the campus like never before. Then associating with a top-notch quizzing company, Greycells, was a splendid experience right from the very beginning. In my view, Greycells is synonymous to professionalism. Connecting with schools and students from across our great nation is another experience to all of us. Finally, the very event on these 2 days was superlative. First and foremost, I'm thankful to Almighty for giving us the courage and spirit to arrange this glorious event. His bountiful blessings have turned this event into a grand success. My sincere gratitude goes to our management. We are immensely thankful to all the members of our school management who encourages and supports us in all our endeavors and in the all-round development of our students. A special thanks goes to our mother, Provincial, and her team. Thank you, dear sisters, for your generosity in giving your valuable time in the busy schedule. A bundle of thanks for you, dear sisters. My special mention to our respected principal sister, Reverend Sister Sisi. In fact, this All India quiz is a brainchild of hers. This is one among the many activities that she has brought into our campus to give the best learning experience to our students. Thank you, dear sister, for your rock-solid support system and encouragement. And I'm immensely thankful to Mr. Gautam Bose, sir, for his supernal efforts in anchoring this great show. First, I need to mention my deepest sense of appreciation for being very patient in clearing all our queries and guiding and supporting us in every step and in every possible way. This quiz was not only insightful, but challenging too. The way you interacted with the participants was really outstanding. You really motivated the participants to give their best. One thing I liked about the quiz was the questions was so diverse that everyone had something to add. And the best part was the professionalism displayed by you when you were conducting the quiz was phenomenal. We owe our gratitude to all your team members too, who contributed in whatever possible way to the success of this event. Bunch of thanks to you, dear sir. Next, my deep sense of appreciation goes to the stars of the show, our We would like to thank all the participants for their enthusiastic participation. You have been a wonderful participants with so much potential. It was so good to have you all at this event. We wish you all the very best for your future and appreciate your talents. Thank you, dear children.
Thanks.
A special thanks goes to the Vellore School principal and the staff members too. Thank you. I would also like to thank all the staff members, teaching, supporting staff who worked behind the scene to make this event happen. Thank you, dear all, for your team support. Once again, on behalf of my team members and my school management, I pass my warm thanks to each one of you for making this quiz program a resounding success and a great memory to cherish forever. Thank you.